Now, one of the things that we are seeing coming from Europe is that, as soon as you notice that Nio, finally we see them hitting 100,000 battery swaps completed in Europe. This is just good news. This is just wonderful news, because apparently every 4 minutes and 80 seconds or 82 seconds there is a battery swap that is being completed in Europe, which, knowing that they have reached 100,000, it shows you that even in Europe, this battery swapping station, it is working, and the more Nio sell their cars there and their sub brands, is the more they are going to deploy these battery swapping stations. So Europe already, they have the luxury, the benefits of that comes with battery swapping stations, and seeing them achieving this milestone, I think you and me can agree that this is good news. This is wonderful. I cannot wait to see the amount of swaps that Nio is going to produce in 2025. And you always know the first 100,000, the first 1 million, those are the most difficult figures, and once you get over those figures, it becomes simpler, easy for you to get the next million, the next 100k, which therefore I'm calling it right now to say that even in Europe, we are going to see the next 100k probably within the space of 2025 or in 2025, which for it to be where it is now. Remember, battery swapping stations, Nio started deploying them in Norway back in 2021 September, which is the month where they penetrated the Norway market, and seeing that they are now here, you and me can agree that obviously Nio, it's set for greatness. I mean, I think almost 40% of Nio's battery swapping stations are placed in Norway. Norway, it is the destination outside of China which is doing the most at the moment, because I think for the month of October, Norway sold 184 cars, which, though it's a little, it was an all-time high, new monthly record from Nio, which was so amazing to see Nio getting to that. And with battery swapping stations, you will know that the more they sell their cars, the more battery swaps come fast. The more they will also sell their sub brand, it's the more battery swaps will come that fast, which is why I'm saying, though it took Nio like 3 years to get to 100,000, this, of course, next 100,000 might take them 1 year, 6 months to get to the next 100,000, which we look forward to. So every 4 minutes or every 5 minutes, we are seeing a battery swap being completed in Europe, which, like I said, it's pretty good, it's pretty decent. I mean, no way we can expect great things there, because even if with the tariff increase, which, by the way, we spoke about earlier on today, Norway is not impacted by this, because Norway, they are not partaking into the tariff increase or increasing the tariff onto Chinese EV makers like Nio, which is good news, which is amazing. And knowing that now those tariffs that we saw that so many people were against, they are about to be scraped off. This is what we discussed in the previous videos, and this will spike the deliveries, the sales that these car companies or Chinese EV makers like Nio are generating in China. So tell me what you think about this, man. I think these are great news. These are massive news, and once again we continue seeing Nio doing well, not just only in China, but of course it's also doing pretty good outside of China in terms of battery swapping stations, right? I mean, it is not many people that can afford Nio cars in Europe, and therefore the sales are, it is for that reason that the sales are extremely low. And still with those low sales, seeing the Europe Nio users getting to 100,000, boy, I must say this is incredible, this is amazing, and it shows you the potential that lies within the Nio stock. I mean, it's funny how some of the investors don't see the potential that lies within Nio battery swapping stations. But I think for that topic, I'll just make a complete new video to take you through how the growth for this is looking like, or what is it that we can expect from battery swapping stations even going to next year. I'll make a separate video for that, but just know that obviously Nio in Europe, they have reached total battery swaps of around 100,000, 100k, which getting to see this happening outside of China, I suppose it's good news. These are great news, and those that are still worried about Nio sales with the tariff being scraped off, they need to brace ourselves for what's coming, because Onvo Firefly will be going to Europe also. Once those two hit the European market, we all know that sales will spike. We all know that, especially with Firefly, we all know that the fact that they are able to perform battery swap, that will fascinate a lot of people, which will drag them to come and buy Nio cars, because they know technology wise they are sorted. They know technology wise you cannot compete, because there is no other EV car maker doing the same technology that Nio is doing. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. Otherwise, it's important that regardless of this good news that I tell you here, do your own due diligence, man. Sometimes go and research about Nio, as that will build your confidence and not end up panic selling. I mean, one of the things that we saw this past week, of course, was after the Nio earnings, Q3 earnings, so many of the investors, we thought we could see Nio doing the very same moves that we saw on XPeng on Tuesday, where after the good earnings, the share price still dropped 6%, 5%, which with Nio, that was the case for the first 2 hours, but we saw Nio also going up 4% and ending the day on a green. I think it was by 0.8% on a green, which is something that shows you that if you don't do your own due diligence, when the naysayers come and try to put negative things about Nio on your mind, you're left with no choice but to sell your Nio shares. And I must tell you now, Nio is a company which is set for greatness, and those that are panic selling, they'll most definitely regret in the future. I rather fail than regretting something, of course, in the future, to say that I should have done this, I don't want that kind of mentality. I rather fail knowing that I did my best, I played my part, I invested onto Nio as much as possible, because I was expecting some good returns, right? But since it did not come, or even if it doesn't come, which is highly unlikely, then yeah, I would have learned something, it would have taught me something. But if it comes and we saw Nio maybe in the next 2 to 3 years trading at $100, guess we'll be laughing, looking at their account, their Nio holdings. The very same people that are loading the boat, increasing their holdings right now, those are the people that will be very excited, benefiting from the $100 stock price that would be at that time. And those that are panic selling will most definitely regret why they did not take the low trading prices opportunities to load the boat, increase their holdings. Because if there's one thing that we know as new investors, is that blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded in the long term. These are just my opinions. The choice is yours. What to do with your money is most definitely up to you. I cannot tell you what to do, but as for me and some of the retail investors, we are going to continue loading the boat, increasing our holdings onto Nio, because we know that blue sky is coming. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.